Hi, Melanie Muenchinger here, illustrator for Gina K Designs. Today I'm going to be sharing a project using my Stately Flowers 7 set from Gina K Designs and a whitewashing technique. For whitewashing, you'll need some craft cardstock, you'll need stamps, some white embossing powder, and you're going to be using a white pad, like a paint pad basically, just to wash in, and then some colored pads to add just a little bit of color. And this is a really beautiful shabby chic look. The tools and products that you'll need today, you're going to need a heat gun for doing your embossing. I use Versamark ink for my embossing ink, and I have some white powder. This is from Stampendous. You're going to need some blocks for your stamps. Using the white Gina K Designs Premium Pigment ink, Going to use the black for stamping my greeting. This is the black onyx. And then I have Gina K Bubblegum Pink and grass green ink to fill in the flowers and the leaves. I also have some cardstock. This is the Gina K Craft. It's a must-have neutral. It's wonderful for masculine projects with its color and its little natural fibers, but it's also great for more feminine shabby chic projects, which is what our card is like today. Going to be using this Wild Prairie Rose and then this small butterfly and a greeting. Okay. So to begin, we're going to go ahead and ink up this rose. It's a large image, so you want to tap all over to make sure you get all those edges. And I'm going to go on the bottom, and I'm going to try to turn the stamp each time so I have them going at different angles, but it's going to end up looking like roses on a vine. Okay, it's difficult to see this. The image is starting to come out, but you'll see it clearly after we put the powder on. Okay, and then I'm just going to turn this and stamp it above with that little stem touching the other rose. Okay, just kind of see that on there, that wet image. So close the pad up, and we're going to pour on the powder. And it looks ivory when it comes out, but it does turn white when you emboss it. Okay. Just make sure you get it on the whole image. And then if you have any stray flecks, just brush those away. Okay. And then we're going to pour the rest of this into the jar. And a jar full of embossing powder will last you literally forever. Anytime I've bought a color, that's the only jar I ever need. All right, close that up. And now to heat it. And if you do get some stray flecks, I did get just a couple on here, and it just looks like some nice little dots that kind of lends to that grungy look. Okay. So when you have your heat tool on, you want to make sure that you keep it moving. It will warp the cardstock a little bit, but you can turn it over and reheat it. This layer is going to be mounted onto another layer, so it will flatten out. But as you go, you'll just start to see the powder turn wet and look solid, so there it goes in the middle. Watch out for your fingers because this is hot. Almost done. Okay. All right, so I really like it like that, but I love this whitewash technique. You're going to love it too. Forgot to mention you're also going to need either a paintbrush and some water, or I really like using a water brush. So it's a really fine tip, and it holds all the water inside the barrel, and that is just convenient. You can control the water flow very easily, but I also don't have to worry about knocking over a cup on my work surface. All right, so let's go ahead and open up our white pad, and you can drag the bottom of the pad into the lid like a palette, or you can lift it just right off the corner of that foam. And you're just going to start brushing it in to the image, and it's up to you how white you want it to be, but until it dries, the white is going to keep moving inside that image. And if your brush isn't clean, or if you're switching colors, you might not want to go onto the corner of the pad because you don't want to stain your ink pad, excuse me. So see, I'm just going and just filling this in really simply, really no technique to it, just as filled in as you want it to be. And then we'll do just a little bit on these leaves. And if it's looking too opaque, then that's when you know you need to add more water, or squeeze the barrel to let some more water out into your brush. But see how that's just really giving this soft, antiqued look. It's like whitewash on wood. Okay. Now you could leave it like that, or you can add some color, which is what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to just dab this pen onto some scratch paper to get the white off. And then I'm going to take my bubblegum pink ink, and I'm just pressing that into the lid there to get my paint, my pink color. Okay, and just swirl it around, and you're just going to add just a tiny bit near the center of those flowers, just until you have the look that you want. And it will fade a little bit as it dries, so you can go back and layer some more on if you decide that it's lighter than you want it to be. But I'm really just doing a hint of pink. Today's card is all about showing how to give just a more soft pastel look. Okay, so that's all the pink I'm going to do. And now I'm going to grab some green. It's already pressed that pad into the lid. Swirl it around until you have some on your brush. See, and I'm not filling the whole thing in, it's just suggesting some color. So I concentrate that color ink on the part where I have the most lines in my image. Just the middle of those leaves is going to be the darkest, where it's folded in. Okay. And you might want to put a little bit in the middle. Right, so that's all the coloring I'm going to do. Now I'm going to add my greeting. There's no one like you. This is also from the Stately Flowers 7 set. And that works for a lot of occasions, for friends or family members. Just any time you want to brighten someone's day and let them know how special they are. All right. And then I'm also going to add a butterfly at the bottom. And I already cut a stamped butterfly out, but whenever I have a really small butterfly like this one, and I have antennae that are difficult to clip out, I like to stamp it underneath and then put my cut butterfly on top. That way you don't have to worry about those wings. So just layer it right there on top. There are two different butterflies, a large and a small, the same variety in this set. And you'll notice that when you get the entire Stately Flowers line, you will have a huge collection of different butterflies for your stamped projects. So then you would just layer that onto the black onyx cardstock and a craft base. I also used some adhesive pearls just for those centers, and then to connect that stem, and then one on the little butterfly's body. But I hope this gives you a lot of ideas for whitewashing your different images. I just love this technique with the rose and the Stately Flowers 7 set. Thank you for watching this. Please visit my blog, Hands, Head, and Heart, for more inspiration. Thanks for watching.